Damn, Kibe amesema kitu moja na wauma hivyo. Would you take half of what we are being told by Kibe?
You see, we need to do eugenics. Hatuwezi kuwa na watu ka Steve Simple Boy wanapata watu.
Yo. Yaani unafungua mdomo unaanza kutoa tu masauti na uone kiwa.
Ni mtu mwingine ameitwa sura mbaya, ameambiwa venye afai kuzaa mnajaa, mmekuja mnalia kwa sababu mnalia nini? Mnalia nini?
Yo, as humans, we constantly expressing ourselves, even when we are silent. Ama, sometimes when we are trying to hide something, bits of us will always leak through. They might leak through your values, they might leak through a certain desire that you have, or a certain fear. All in all, self-expression comes naturally to humans. Mind you, when you are interacting with people, most of the times you are not thinking about the dynamics that are happening around you. What you mostly think of is how you're going to carry the conversation forward. In between these spaces, picture this, someone might reveal themselves. It might be through a certain joke. Ameangusha joke hapo hivyo tumecheka. What do you think you are relating to a joke? It is revealing a certain kind of truth. Some other person might move in a certain way and people might realize, oh, so those are your values. Well, on today's video, we are about to see multiple confessions of people showing you who they really are. Or are they just portraying a certain personality that have realized is working in the online spaces? Well, welcome back once to the RadaFiles. Tunasemanga it's the bitter things in life that matter. Remember, as always, you can support the channel by scanning the QR code on your screen or clicking on the link down in the description below. Without further ado, ananitanga yo frate. Manze tukipatana kwa road uniita hivyo. Without further ado, tunaanza like this.
Pia mwanangu kiwa funny, like ukishikwa na emotions, hauna control over your body. Like for instance, usikie joke and then unasikia kucheka, yani kicheko inakuattack, unapanua mdomo, unaanza kucheka hadi yani unafungua mdomo unaanza kutoa tu masauti na uone kiwa. Alafu ukisikia kulia, yani unasikia tu hiki sadness kinakuattack, unaharibu sura, unaanza kutoa machozi uko like, alafu unatoa sauti na uone hiyo ikiwa weird. Is it really a free world? Lol.
Check it. To me, this is how I think about it. Emotions are a form of information. Most people are going to say that emotions are an emulation of weakness. If you show emotion, you're being weak. To me, nazichukulia ka information. They can inform you about somebody's mental state. They can inform you about wacha ni expound on that before niendelee. So even you clip udema hapa hivi anasema, you might crack a joke for somebody and they look you dead in the eye and you're like, yo, your joke kwani leja land? No, it's because your audience was not receptive. Your audience was not receptive. Even those people who are out here saying, oh, I'm nonchalant, you know, I don't show emotion, I'm dead inside. At the end of the day, they are revealing something. People who might pretend to be stoic, alafu baadaye wanze kurealize they are bitter about some certain situations. And you probably know the video I'm about to play you next. Ama namna gani? If you know, comment below before I play it.
You see, we need to do. We need to tell our women the truth.
But what?
Yeah. We need to tell our women the truth. Ukiona dem akona. You see, we need to do eugenics. Hatuwezi kuwa na watu ka Steve Simple Boy wanapata watu.
Yo.
No.
We can't have people bring. No.
Don't go there.
You know him personally?
He's a human.
Fuck humans. Human beings are a waste of time. Nigga is but why the fuck would we have this? Huyo anafaa akitoka hapo akizaliwa anapigwa vasectomy. Kata makende. Come to life and live without nothing.
I'd like you guys to tell me from the introduction I've given you, what do you think it's revealing about Kibe? What do you think it's revealing about this guy hosting Kibe? Well, some people might say that umse ako Rada, anajaribu kuprotect podcast yake. Some other people might say that look at Andrew Kibe, he has done it again. He has done what? He has been as real as he always is. Uko side gani? Ama you still want to know what is the in between, eh? If you ask me, there's a very big influence from the environments that we frequent. Let's think about it. For instance, this man Andrew Kibe, there's an environment that is constantly frequent, and that environment has shaped his ideologies. And his ideologies come from the manosphere, ama the red pill community. For many years, amechampion hiyo kitu. Na Kenya amechampion sana is expressing yourself to the point that you are triggering other people. Why? Because this is the core disparity between these segregated communities and the real world that we are living. In these segregated communities, mbona zita segregated, but in these certain communities, kama tuseme for instance the red pill, you will figure out that what you are always told is that never be the safety guy. Usikue mtu mwenye anakuaga too safe. In fact, what you should do, you should find pockets in conversations where you can trigger somebody, where you can orchestrate a certain form of tension, or even manipulate that situation where now you can get power, and from this power you're going to gain some of these things. At least that's how they will tell you, this is how you should win when you interact with women. And do I really disagree? I do not disagree with what they teach. What I'm just saying is that we should always maintain a certain form of balance and a certain form of self-awareness kwenye we know what environment we are in and how we are supposed to express ourselves. Yes, I'm not saying usiji express. I'm just saying you need to deliver it in a different kind of way. Because now when you come to the real life, you're going to realize things actually work different. And the difference is that in the real world situations, being genuine is what makes you go far. People will trust you because you are more genuine and not because that you are more cunning. People will respect you more if they know you are someone who has a kind of self-awareness. If I take you to a certain form of environment, uta behave unruly venye una behavingi tukiwa mtaani. Let's be honest and give him back the information he has always given men. Anasemanga, as a man, your value is determined by the outputs you give in the society. Do you think Steve Simple Boy is an impactful person? Has he proven that he is resilient? Has he proven that he can actually do something with his life and generate a certain form of income? Anasemanga pia, men who are valuable will never awatawai kosa madem. Has Steve Simple Boy proven that? Because if you are going on those standards, the standards that you have to build something for you to create a certain environment, or for you to belong in a certain environment as a man, then Steve Simple Boy has actually earned everything that he has. How about Andrew Kibe? Andrew Kibe at some point, he had everything he ever wanted. Then it came to a situation when all that he created seemed to fall. Ile matarumbeta zilipigwa around, sijui kana na masijui taisemaje. He fell. To most people, kiwauliza watasema he fell and he started writing books like an old person. Hey, ni kubaya. But the question is, what qualifies a man to belong in a certain society? If someone like Andrew Kibe anaweza tumia analogy ya madem by using looks. Juu watu wengi, acha niseme hii part. For most of us, he has not said something is wrong with simple boy. Most of us are just putting words in his mouth. At least from the clip I have seen. I've not watched the whole podcast. From the clips I'm seeing, most of us are just projecting what we already know that people relate to simple boy us. Kuna image fulani watu wamemchukulia nayo. So when he makes those remarks, that image pops in our head, and for most people, kama kawaida kwa streets nini wanafanya, they are going to defend this person. Watakuwa like, hey, Andrew Kibe umefinya kubaya. Then there are women like this one mwenye sasa wameamua Andrew Kibe ni morio wao.
Kibe amesema kitu moja na wauma hivyo. Would you take half of what we are being told by Kibe? Tunaitwanga expired goods, tunaitwanga malaya, tunaitwanga fat bitches, tunaambiwanga tuwezi fanya kitu, we don't help with the society. Hell, even said his daughter is a lesbian just because the daughter showed interest on netball. Would you take half of what we get? Of course you can't. Ni mtu mwingine ameitwa sura mbaya, ameambiwa venye afai kuzaa mnajaa, mmekuja mnalia kwa sababu mnalia nini? Mnalia nini?
Look at that chick. She's now all of a sudden an Andrew Kibe warrior. Join the team. But what they are forgetting is that this person has mastered the art of triggering people and making sure that his name is in people's mouth, ama in people's conversations. Mbona dhani mbona sasa tunamwongelelea? That's an art you actually master. Kwenye you know what triggers people. Not to the point that it's going to trigger them or kutrace, but to the point that they are going to rally towards a certain opinion. Well, if you ask me, that's a genius way to look at it. This man has sharpened his craft. On the other side kuna udem. Venye naona hii situation ya udem, because we are growing. Yes, students sometimes surpass the teacher. But you understand something that is almost similar to these two environments, which is how people actually behave. Kwa sababu sasa kasa hii, since we have grown, tangu Andrew Kibe aache kutoa hizi ma clips nini, the online space have actually grown, and right now it looks like people are actually holding people accountable when they do something crazy. Then you see women like this, instead of now celebrating that now it's wonderful, men are actually holding other men accountable. It doesn't matter if this person is of a certain status, you will be measured with the same ruler as the person mwenye kuko hivyo chini. But is this woman, do you think anafanya hiyo kitu kweli? Does she see that perspective? Ama saa hii sasa ndio amejua sikieni hivyo ni wale watu wa ukiwa anakusikilia kiwaru ama anasikia vizuri kitu mbaya kikufanyikia, na kitu mzuri pia kikufanyikia anasikia kiwaru. Yeah, because if you are being honest as people, you will realize that no one wants to sit down and constantly interact with an asshole. No one wants to constantly interact with a woman who is so full of themselves and they cannot share a different perspective. No one wants to be belittled. Everyone wants a space where they can actually be themselves, and if criticism is present, it is criticism that actually makes someone grow. That's how I see it. Let me know how you guys see it down in the comments below.
There's something people underestimate. It's my ability to lie. I can lie, mimi ni muongo, I'm a liar. Ukijiniulize mamangu anajua kona mtoto muongo. You people underestimate me. You underestimate me if there is something people...
Hey, no nasikia mamake anajua. But if she does something, mamake atakuwa wa kwanza kumprotect na sema mtoto wako hawezi fanya kitu kama hiyo. But I'm always curious when someone actually talks about themselves and reveal a certain character that most of the times is negative. I'm curious and I'm like, does this person actually have they healed from that thing they are talking about, ama do they want you to accept them as who they are without necessarily changing? Ndio baadaye akifanya kitu akwambie si nilikwambia I am a liar.
I will not allow myself to be the one who is being asked, what do you bring to the table? This time round, we will ask you, man, what do you bring to the table? Nini unatulete? Because of course, why should I now start equating my worth with what do you bring to the table? And at this point, tumechoka. I don't want somebody telling me, Ati, what do you bring to the table? And you expect me to answer that. Utaenda ukaambie nini? Mtu mwingine, because me, I'm not going to answer that. I will ask you that question because nyinyi ndo huwa mko na kichwa sana. I will ask you.
Do you know why people actually do that? And someone is actually being polite by asking you, what do you bring to the table? Most people will not ask you. They will just observe you and see if you are really of value. And if you are of value, they are going to accept the value that you actually bring. Mtu akikuuliza anakuwa genuine. But the thing yenye nimetoa kwa clip is that it's so easy when it's people's turn to evaluate somebody. But when it's their turn to be evaluated, hapo sasa ndio unaonanga wameanza kuwa aggressive, wako like, hey, mimi huwezi niambia. Why wouldn't you like to be evaluated? Most of the time you will find that if someone actually doesn't want to be evaluated, it's because they have nothing to show. And when you have nothing to show, most of the times you are going to be very aggressive and very emotional when it comes to your takes. Kama mimi ukiniuliza hiyo situation ya yenye tumepita huko hivyo mwisho ya Andrew Kibe, I will say these times watu watachukulia situations ka hizo, he's just being emotional. He looks like he has not healed. Why wouldn't he say whatever he's saying with a straight face? Atoe mamiwani, atoe hiyo kofia ya kife, atuangalie aseme what is that? No. People might actually also think about it like that. But back to this video. I've always told you guys that it's the expectations that are underlying within a certain relationship that create the environment for it to flourish. So, if I am expecting my partner to be of value, then they should be of value. Si ati nikikuuliza, by the way, from 5 years ago, ni skill gani umeongeza sahi? Since we started dating, ni skill gani umeongeza sahi? And ukue like, oh, mimi siniulize maswali ka, exit sha.
I think before hata tuanze the stories are settling down na setting foundation na nini, this bare minimum you do for your girl. Like surely. Yeah. Salon. Yeah. Nails. Anataka kwenda massage, anaenda gym, anachukua supplements.
Yo, hata mimi naendaga kinyozi. Sometimes naendaga salon, Scoba naendaga salon. Sometimes naendaga kupigiwa kiatu nini? Inaitwaje, shoe shine. Those are just basic needs that I need. What are you talking about?
That's simply you taking care of her.
Okay, mimi nimekataa. Hasa mimi nimekataa. For me, I'm not doing that.
I think before hata tuanze.
I'd like you to see how that guy actually disagrees. And sahi, according to atmosphere nimesoma huko hivi online spaces, people are not that interested in a very harsh take towards something. They like people who seem like they are self-aware. They know that saying a certain thing in a certain way is going to trigger certain people, so they find other ways to deliver their message. From this clip, Nezada, you realize one thing. People don't just express their preferences. Like, for instance, in the case of this older woman, she's not just revealing, ati, this is what I prefer. She's revealing something deep. A certain philosophy that is governing her life. Niseme nisiseme. I know you guys already know that philosophy. Mnajua ni mademu wengi wanaifanya sana. Name that philosophy down in the comments below. Most of these clips I've just played, they are people expressing their opinions, but they are doing more of that. They are expressing their worldview. They are expressing how they would like to see the world function. Macheki. And most of the time, people will tell you that sometimes the way we express ourselves is not entirely decided by us. There is a certain power in the universe yenye ina controlling things, and that power ndio yenye watu wengine wamename God, wengine wataita energy, wengine wataita vitu zenye tu wataita. But all in all, I hope you've realized self-expression is the basis of social interaction, manze, in this world. So, always express yourself to the fullest. Don't worry about what people are going to say. Don't worry about who's going to listen and who's not going to listen. Don't worry about other people's expectations, but your own and your own goals. Juzi nimerealize life is like a mirror. Allow me to say this ndio tuende to the next video. Life will always place a mirror in front of you. Sometimes the mirror is crooked to test your resolve. Are you completely engaged in what you actually want to achieve? Sometimes that mirror will reveal certain flaws you didn't realize in the object you are viewing. Without further ado, remember, manze, you can support the channel, scan the QR code hapo hivyo, or tap the link down in the description below. YouTube thinks you might be interested in the video on your screen at the moment. Click on that video. I'm waiting to see you on the next one.